So now I'm going to go through and finalize the lines with an orange marker. Carefully going over and determining which lines are going to go in front of others based on trying to make them as legible or readable as possible. For the most part, I'm just going to go around the outside, but there's a few occasions on the layout where I might change my mind as I'm going through it. And sometimes you don't know these things until you actually start doing them. So again, I'm tapering up, going around the outside. The nice thing about these Crayola markers is that there's a fat side and a thin side, and if you're careful, you can get some pretty thin lines by not pressing down so hard. It's almost like a paintbrush in a sense. So here again, here's where I'm going to actually slightly overlap. You'll notice on the worksheet that the original illustrator or graffiti artist overlapped a lot of the letters. In fact, a lot of you didn't draw parts of the E because it wasn't on the worksheet. But what you probably didn't know is that it is a complete E, but since the original artist used an airbrush to do the letters, he stopped just shy of closing it. Here's what I'm talking about. This is the worksheet that we used, and you can see right here on the E, he stopped it short there. Since some of you didn't follow the directions down here and do complete shapes before finishing up the letter, a lot of your worksheets actually have an open E like this. And since he didn't do this part of the F, you also didn't draw that part of the F, even when you separated the letters, which I found was very interesting. That just means you're very observant with regards to what was actually there, but not so thinking outside the box and thinking that the artist maybe left that out on purpose as a matter of style as the letters overlapped each other. Not necessarily a bad thing, but you do have to look at the letter as an individual piece as well as part of a whole. So following that same sort of logic, I'm stopping shy here where it overlaps, and then when we do the final, I may completely change my mind on that and actually change that up. So here again, I'm going to come in and stop just past. I actually ran it over on purpose. Wasn't a mistake. Because it's a style thing. It does make it a little difficult sometimes to determine where the finished lines are going to be when you're coloring it. So that's one of the problems with leaving things out like that. But again, it's a decision that you make, a design decision that you make as you're working on a piece. You'll notice a lot of times when I draw, I practice before I commit to the pen to the paper. That's how you get pretty nice, complete looking lines. For the most part, I'm just going all the way around. On occasion, I will overlap like here, because it gives it more of that cardboard looking piece or accordion fold. And I'll add those lines, more of those lines later as we go. See if I can finish this up. Now on his sheet, the M has this part sort of prominent, more so in the center. So I'm going to do the same thing he did there by bringing this up like that. and bringing this up like that and purposely overlapping it here. For the most part, I'd like you to continue to do the letters exactly how the artist has done them here. But if you have a compelling reason to change it up, I'd be more than happy to listen to your argument or your discussion or your decision-making process. Don't just follow it because it looks like that on the page, but have a compelling reason to do something. Like, for instance, starting and stopping, going a little bit beyond here. It's usually a matter of style. Like I went a little too far there on purpose. It's very similar to a style of graffiti letters that I've been doing for some time, probably 10 years or more, where I purposely go past the lines just because I like the style of it.